It's an orange battle between the UTs as Texas takes the floor looking for its first conference win of the season. And they draw number 1 Tennessee as the Longhorns look for their first ever win against number 1. And in doing so, they welcome back an old friend, longtime Texas coach Rick Barnes, coaching here in Austin just for the second time since he's scoring as a freshman. Over his last 2, 7 of 26 and 0 for 8 from 3. Tip controlled by Tennessee. Zakai Zeigler runs the offense for a team that has run out the same starting 5 every game this season. A 14-1 start to the year for the Volunteers. Here's Igor Milicic Jr. And on the handoff to Lanier, ran right into him. Shot clock's at 7. Chaz Lanier leading the league in scoring, nearly 20 a game. Here's Jemai Mashack in the paint. Got caught underneath the rim. And Tennessee will pull the trigger underneath. Gets it right back from Okpara. Fires up a 3 that's an air ball and a shot clock violation for the Volunteers, who in that 30. Jordan Pope is the point guard for this Texas team. They're dealing with some injuries. Kendall Weaver is out and will not see action tonight. Suffered a groin injury. Unsure when we'll see him.
Best perimeter defenders in the country gets the assignment to start this one.
Here's Lanier for 3. Got it.
Well, and that's what they need from him, and leave 15 and orange open.
On the run. And a finish by Jordan Pope, the Oregon State transfer.
They really need more of that from him. This is a Texas team.
Zeigler with the skip pass. They are slacking off Mashack, as you mentioned. Zeigler lost his man, dumps it off. Mashack gives it back out. Another late shot clock possession. And it rolls in for Igor Milicic Jr. Just 24% from behind the arc this year.
Yeah, but he's capable of much better than that. He is a stretch 4. He's been a shooter his whole career. Just a matter of time before he sees it start going through.
Third different Division I stop for Milicic. Here's Trey Johnson now. And Trey
Door.
That was nearly a walk by Jordan Pope, dancing down in the corner.
Mark's got to take this. You got a big man on you.
Working out Felix Okpara, got a bump.
There you go.
And got it to go.
Yeah, it's like his teammates had to remind him, you got the matchup. You go one-on-one.
Cut, they just switched off and gave him Trey Johnson. Zeigler, you got to have shot makers if you're going to run it this late in the shot clock every time. Mashack, finger roll good with 3/10 of his second lead for Tennessee.
Boy, this is a big lineup for Texas, one we hadn't seen a ton of. As Kent comes in at the 3.
Yeah, and Ziegler's trying to guard the 6'7 Kaluma. Went off for a career high last game. Ziegler's got to be matched up with Larry. Baseline jump. And the first since UCLA knocked off Houston in 1968 in a Final Four. Kent off the mark. And that'll put.
Leads the SEC in 3-point made field goals per game. 4th in the country.
Another free throw coming his way. Texas with its first lead of the game. And a basketball in that game. Zeigler gives it up. Here's Cade Phillips. And Phillips takes it to the rack aggressively and draws the bench.
That really hurt them with their 5 position, but Cade Phillips has stepped up.
First ever top 10 showdown at Reed Arena. And then later tonight in Big Texas plays a couple different point guards. Julian Larry, number 1 in cream, on the floor right now running the offense for him. Pass first point guard, but he has struggled taking care of the basketball lately. What a feed. Beautiful no luck, and Kent gets fouled on his way to the rim.
2 on the bubble, 15 of 16 teams.
Wow.
And by the way, the 16th team, South Carolina, thinks how much do they regress? He said, no, actually, they'll probably be solid where they are right now. But from a Turner perspective.
Here's Jordan Gainey. By the way, you might have to tell the Arkansas fan base that it's a tough league. They're in danger of starting 0-3 in the league. The 3 ball is.
He's number 1 offensive player. Chaz Lanier's been on the bench for quite some time. Not in foul trouble.
Okpara gets fouled, and he'll go to the line for a 3-point opportunity.
No game to Okpara. Teams are going to figure that out and play it.
Okpara was an elite shot blocker at Ohio.
And that time, he was the faster player in that matchup.
Mashack out to Gainey. Give Mashack an assist on the 3 from Jordan Gainey, who's not been shooting the ball well, just 28% over the previous 4 games. Mashack gets screened. Johnson goes right inside. Beautiful feed to Caden Shedrick.
Outstanding job by Johnson to really fight through that trap instead of pulling it back out, create the opportunity.
Kaluma got his hands on that pass. Johnson transition 3, feeling it. It started with the assist, and then Trey Johnson with like 21, but great effort to get back into that game. And they're hosting number 2 and then number 1 in back-to-back games. Igor Milicic Jr. with the tip in.
He just affects the game in so many ways. We've seen him shoot a 3 already, how he can be the quicker defender on his matchup on this end of the court, and so active on the offensive glass.
Fun point guard matchup. Pope over Ziegler. Got it right in his eye. Jordan Pope's first triple.
They're players. You better take pride in your one-on-one matchup. So far, the Texas guards handling that okay.
Meanwhile, Tennessee sloppy. 8 turnovers, 7 made buckets. Here's Kaluma. Beautiful reverse off the window. He's Pope for 3. And an offensive rebound keeps it on the Texas side. Trey Johnson begging for a touch. He won't get it because Mark drills his first 3. Texas has opened up a 5-point lead on.
That's got to be probably the lowest in the SEC for your assist leader, but they get their points off the bounce. You just got to be able to guard the ball and have strong contests.
And it's not like they don't score. They're scoring 83 points a game. Off the curl, the 3 is good for Chaz Lanier. Point lost to Florida midweek. Here's Johnson. Size advantage on Ziegler. Turnaround, fadeaway, beautiful jump shot from Trey Johnson, who's got 9.
Well, Johnson and Tremont Mark have both done a terrific job recognizing mismatches when they got them on the one-on-one opportunities.
Milicic left open. Good closeout by Pope.
I think he's got to take that, though. I mean, you don't know if you're going to get a second good look in a possession.
Puts it on the floor and drives on Kaluma with the left off the glass.
Kennedy Chandler, Dalton Connect, Chaz Lanier. But everybody in that locker room knows whose team it is, and it's Zakai Ziegler. See if he can get back in the game, as they're going to need him on the road.
Igor Milicic, another right-handed drive, and the follow tip from Felix Okpara, the Ohio State transfer.
Team's unable to close out.
Costly win for Auburn on the road at South Carolina. Janai Broome out with an ankle injury. Nice back cut by Gainey, and he steps through to take it off glass in UT.
And Rick Barnes is going to say, hey, guys, our percentages aren't bad. We're 11 for 23. We just got to make sure we get a shot on this end of the court, given the amount of turnovers.
And remember, the leading scorer, Chaz Lanier, has the ball here, sat for a good chunk of the first 10 minutes.
I still keep going to that formula if I'm Rodney Terry, knowing, hey, it's just 2 points. Let's keep anybody thought like, hey, Tennessee was the place where they've been killing it in the transfer portal, or that's where you go.
Johnson and Mark, high-scoring duo in this Texas backcourt. Shot clock at 5. Tremont Mark, a hesitation. Lost it for a second. Got it back, and the recovery turns into a tough 2.
I don't know that you can defend it any better than Tennessee did.
Incredible freedom on the offensive end. He led Arkansas in scoring last year, 16 a game. Ziegler into the corner. Milicic. Here's Ziegler again. That is a rare shot as Ziegler throws it in. Tennessee only attempts 3 corner threes a game. Everything in their offense.
When a team just rallies around a coach, us against the world mentality, and gets hot at the right time.
Tennessee shows zone for the first time. You can't give an elite team a mulligan, and that's what Ohio State got after losing to Michigan in the regular season finale. Shot clock at 7. About a 3-second difference between shot and game clock. Trey Johnson, man, he is something else. He's got a dozen. Into the half, Ziegler's leaner, no good. And Texas with a late rally to make it a 1 possession. That doesn't take into account the long stretch that he sat in the first half. Here's Caden Shedrick giving it up. Trey Johnson, guarded by Mashack, one of the best defenders in the game. Kaluma gives it back to Johnson. 6 on the shot clock. High off the glass and good. You just made Mashack cleans it up, and then he leaves it short. Tennessee is 5th in the country at the rim, shooting 75%, but they're not having much luck with the bunnies tonight.
I'd like to see Mashack go in there and try to just slam one of those homes.
Yeah.
Oftentimes he seeks for contact. He's a great athlete. Just go up there and dunk it, make the ref call a foul, or catch a body.
Ziegler finds Mashack on the cut. Wasn't one of the lessons Rick Barnes. Johnson has to come through traffic to get that one. Kaluma wants it back. Shot clock at 9. Shedrick working hard but can't get past Opara. Shot clock is at 3. Contested 2 goes for Jordan Pope.
I'll dribble handoff. We'll get a little 2-on-1 action.
Mark is off the mark in Tennessee with the rebound. Only thing slowing down Tennessee has been Tennessee. 12 turnovers tonight. Ziegler finally gives it up to Mashack. That's another solution. Put the ball in Zakai Ziegler's hands until he makes a play.
That's right. A good job not giving it up too early.
One of the projected first rounders coming out of the SEC, 7 of them from 6 different schools. And that's one of the reasons we're seeing so much parity in this league this year. Lanier, floater no good. Here comes Texas trailing by 2, looking for the tie or the lead. Mark off the glass and in. Have a chance in an old-fashioned 3-point play. It's a lot of trust that Rick Barnes has in his 5th-year senior. Play the first 4 games due to a right ankle injury. He was a preseason all-conference vote getter, and he's now started the last 8 after rounding into form coming off the injury.
We talked in shoot-around. He said, look, I've played every role you can have. I've been a role player in
Stolen
Houston.
away. Texas looking to extend the lead. And it's good by Julian Larry, his first bucket of the game. Here's Lanier running off the baseline screen back to Ziegler. And Ziegler rattles one home. Just 29% State. Closing games against elite opponents can be awfully tough.
Well, you're playing with nothing to lose, and then all of a sudden you got something to lose towards the end.
Good luck, but another miss at the rim.
A healthy Cade Phillips doesn't miss that. He's really struggling with that shoulder.
Trey Johnson for 3. Tennessee's inefficiency at the rim has been a big problem tonight. They're just 5 for 13 at the rim so far. Three ball, good.
He's not afraid to shoot it. Talk a little applicable.
There's Durant's mural. Step back. Well, this guy is a blast to watch. He's got 20, and Texas has a 3-point lead on number 1. Rodney Terry pointed out that when, and there's a follow jam by Cade Phillips, looking healthy on that one. Rodney Terry said about Trey Johnson's poor shooting performance against Texas A&M, I liked his shots. He got good looks. It was just a bad shooting day. Fade away. He even made that one harder than it should have been. And they both get on their feet. Mark still hurting. Ziegler can't knock it down. Rebound, Dubar, and he draws the foul. And then he went flying. Watch Golden Globes?
No. Johnson getting the majority of shots, but I still got to be aggressive and pick my spots as well. You're seeing right now a team with their back against the wall after that 0-2 start.
Texas clinging to a 2-point lead. Here's Julian Larry. Trey Johnson lurking in the corner, guarded by Mashack. Beautiful back cut and a 2-hand jam. He set him up for that one. It's 24 for the freshman.
Well, they designed that out of the timeout. They said, hey, next time down, they're going to be trying to deny Johnson the ball. Terrific back cut.
Ziegler with a spin and a feed. Ball fake and off balance, and it rolls home for possession. Larry gets downhill. And now Pope. Johnson just a decoy. They're playing 4-on-4 in this possession, and Pope bangs it home.
He loves that.
Volunteers have turned it over on 32% of their possessions today. Now this season, they're averaging 16% turnover, 4% on the season. Another one coming. It is from a week ago tonight.
Andy Kennedy at UAB.
Larry has it rejected.
Andy Kennedy used to say at Ole Miss, he said, look, we might take some questions. Good drive by Larry and Felix Okpara. That was big reason why he was such a huge get.
Okpara was a shot blocking specialist at Ohio State last year. Had a deep run in the NIT. Shot clock is late, and a reverse little spinner goes off the rim, but a foul shot. Plus ESPN Deportes. Peyton and Eli on E2, and free throw the rebound.
Everybody back for Texas, though. No easy transition looks for 2 and Orange.
Ziegler splits the defenders and gets it to go. He went right between Pope. 6 assists. Pope contested 3. No good. Rebound Shedrick. And rejected by Okpara. Denied at the rim, and the lob to the big guy. Couldn't reverse it in, and the rim struggles continue for the West Virginia in 23. They were 7 and 11.
It seems like every shoot around we've gone to in the past couple weeks, the first thing the coach says is, how about this lead?
Yeah.
And, you know, it used to be coach speak.
And Kaluma ended up in the Elite 8. We're going to potentially have a different score. Loose ball. Meshack keeps it alive for Ziegler. Well, Gainey has had a very quiet night. 5 points and 2 of 7 shooting. Shot clock at 5. Gainey can't get by Larry, who had to commit a foul to stop him at the 1-on-1. Drills the first. I'm a little surprised we didn't see Trey.
Another minute or two, given the fact that the lead continued to get built upon.
Gainey hesitated, then they left him wide open. Oh, follow jam. Dubar gets it done. He's got
his faith and how he changed here. And you talk to former staff members, used to have the colorful language, and we joked it's like he's gone from Richard Pryor to Nate Bargatze. Still successful, just doing it a slightly different way.
It's a game. Ziegler lost his footing. Lanier mid-range, good. And Tennessee is tied it at 58 after the takeaway.
He's got to keep going to it.
It's a basketball.
He and Lanier both had some mismatches. I would have preferred to hit it to Lanier since he just made his last one.
Pope contested 2. They wanted to foul and didn't get it, but Jordan Pope's got 13, and Texas is back in front by 2. And oh, by the way, Trey Johnson is back on the floor for Texas. Longhorns are switching everything on the perimeter. 3 ball. Good, and he went down. And Dubois. Volunteers in front for the first time since the 16-minute mark.
Same action, about 4 plays in a row.
Contested 3. In and out. Here's Okpara. Offensive rebound and the jam.
His motor has not stopped the entire game. The unsung hero so far, the Vols, with his energy.
And a whistle will stop the clock.
You know you're close, and then you start to get a little bit tight for the first time all game long.
To your point. Jason Kent had only missed 4 free throws all season. That one barely drew the rim.
They've run this simple kind of ISO situation 5 straight times down the court.
Mark left his feet. Corner 3. Got it! A rarely used shot in the Tennessee offense, and they've hit 2 big ones today. They only average 3 corner threes per game, and they've knocked down 2 of them. It's a 6-point Volunteer lead. Here's Trey Johnson from the elbow. Nearly unstoppable. 26 for the freshman.
Right now, Texas has got to guard the ball one-on-one and do not help off Ziegler. He's trying to distribute, make him be a finisher above the taller defender at the rim.
Ziegler just 3 of 9 from the floor. Trying to leave Mark in the dust again. Oh, got him leaning one way and just dribbles all the way through. To your point, not looking at the rim. Shot clock at 7. Shot clock at 4. Ziegler into the paint again. And it's blocked and gets into the rim. That'll be a jump ball, and it belongs to Texas.
A good adjustment by Texas. They've been coming off their man.
Number one. Mark gets a screen from Kaluma, gives it back to him. Trey Johnson on the near side, lifting towards the top. Back cut Pope. Challenge 2 off the glass and a foul on Ziegler. And with 90 seconds left, down. Pope, 1 of 20 on the Bob Cousy Point Guard of the Year award watch list.
The clock, I think it's got to be dribble handoff with Ziegler and Lanier.
They put Johnson on Ziegler now. He had been guarded by Mark, who's out of the game for the time being. And Rick Barnes takes a timeout here. We'll give it to Ziegler. Texas can get the ball back with about a minute to play. The question remains, will it be a 1 or 2 possession game? Lanier hounded by Larry. Shot clock at 4. Ziegler can't shake Johnson. Got a step on him and laid it in. 5-point Tennessee lead, under a minute to play.
What an extra boost there. You thought he was going to have to force up a jumper from deep. Instead, puts it into high gear.
Johnson doubled. Larry has nowhere to go. Here's Trey Johnson. Contested fall away 3 is an air ball, and the rebound is Zakai Ziegler. And a foul in the backcourt committed by Trey Johnson. And he does so. Largest lead of the game for Tennessee comes with 32 seconds left. Texas is likely to fall to 0-3 in the league. Trey Johnson off the mark. He's missed his last couple. Shedrick gets taken down.
They're 40% from the field, 25% from 3, and you hold them right now to
second game here in Texas. The all-time winningest Longhorn coach. They met in the NCAA tournament last year. Tennessee got the better of them. 24 seconds to play. Ziegler fouled immediately by Jordan Pope.
Game, and this guy is the toughest player in the 5 and orange.
He's got 8 assists tonight to go with 16 points, and Tennessee 9 of 11 from the free throw line in the second half. Lead is back to 7. Here's Larry behind Johnson's screen. Johnson wants it back. Larry takes it to the rack and off the window. And a foul in the backcourt stops the clock with 14.7 to play. Remember,
Latrell Wrightsell, when he had that injury that took away their best 3-point shooter. Once the Crimson Tide.
Per game. Another one for Jordan Gainey. Goes 1 of 2 from the line, but Tennessee gets the offensive rebound. 17th on board of the night for the Volunteers.
And Okpara has just found a way to impact winning with his shot blocking, offensive rebound.
Performer for the Buckeyes last year, but averaged 2.5 blocks per game.
Feel better about your offense after this game, knowing there's areas to improve. But I thought from a total minute standpoint, this was the best they played in conference play.
Pope drills it with 5 points. Dubar has the baseline. Here's Ziegler. They got to track him down immediately, and they'll lay off. And Tennessee bounces. Share hugs. Tennessee knocks off Texas and sends the Longhorns to 0-3 in the league. Another SEC banger coming up. Offense versus defense. Here's Dave O'Brien in Aggieland.